Hi. So I'm gonna do my weekly plan with me. I'm actually recording this on a Saturday evening because it does take a bit to upload. So I just wanted to get it recorded and be able to get it all set for upload so that it was available tomorrow morning. So as usual, I'm gonna start in my Hobonichi cousin, and then I will move over to my day free. Just realizing I need to open up my computer so I have my calendar available. All right, so in my cousin, and I do want to say that the pen loop that came with this case is so small. I actually have the thinner end of my Ferris wheel press brush pen that I'm just tucking right in there because that's the pen that I used for my weekly memory keeping this week. Let's move that to today. I'm just looking at my calendar. There we go. Okay. So first up, actually, I don't show this often, but on the kind of 6 months at a glance or perpetual calendar, I've seen this called a couple of different things. What I do is I put kind of the notation that I put in my daily journaling so that if I ever wanted to say, what day did we do taxes? I can look back here and say, taxes right there. And then I can easily flip to that page. We'll see. I haven't had an occasion where I've had to reference this yet, so I can't speak to whether or not it's helpful, but that's what I've been doing this year. Then my monthly is all set up through today. I went ahead and put an item for today. And my weekly memory keep. And I used the Ferris wheel press brush pen with Ferris wheel press Spruce County Post for this week. Going into next week, I did get one of the pens that has been on my wish list. I'm calling it a Holy Grail pen because I wanted it, I think, since it came out. I remember seeing the videos announcing the Sailor Mano pens that matched the Sailor Mano inks, and this was the one that I wanted. And this is going to sound ridiculous, but I wanted it because of the little acorn. That little nut right there. Look at that little nut. Oh, it's so cute. So this is the pen that I'm going to use for this week. So we have, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So it's a Sailor Mano. It's a Pro Gear Slim nuts, and it has Sailor Mano Shirakashi. I think the pen and ink is an exact match. It is just phenomenal. Even though I've been doing this for years, I still take a moment to think about the order of the days that I'm writing. And let's add this in. So tell me, how has your week gone? I'll be honest, wasn't the best week for our household for a number of reasons. But I had some nice support from people in my life with some of the things going on. Some I'll talk about in a few minutes. Others I will not talk about. But what I will share is I have a literal tattoo that says strength and resilience. It needs to be touched up, I'm aware. And this is a week that echoes true. Sometimes I get angry that I need to be as strong as I am. And I wait for the days when it can be easier. Okay, so that's my weekly setup. Now let's get into, I don't know, how much you guys enjoy going through this, but I enjoy going through it. Anyway, so last Sunday, I took a day to relax. For the most part, I worked on a puzzle. I read some articles. I wrote with my Laban Rosa with the Van Diemen's European Honeybee Eater Wing. I am seeing some comments on YouTube in my videos as well as in other videos that line of inks may just be a little bit on the drier side. But you can see some of the times that I picked the pen up and maybe capped it and came back to writing because it's darker. Other times I literally shook the pen to bring the ink down. And so at that point I actually switched inks because I just thought, maybe it's the ink. And I do think it ran better with this ink. So Monday, I reached out to a friend and said, I need some self-care and said, do you have any plans to get your nails done? Because she's been getting her nails done. And she said, my nails are all set, but what about a pedicure? So she scheduled us for a pedicure, and then a few days later called me and said, actually, I do need my nails done. What do you think about doing both? So we ended up getting our nails and our toes done, and I got a nice St. Patrick's Day themed nails and with the shamrock. I actually wish the shamrock were facing the other direction. I don't know why people do that and they have it face the wrong direction. Anyway, and then if any of you watched one of my other videos about my new Sailor Pro Gear Slim, I mentioned that I won some money. So after we got our nails and toes done, we went out to this local kind of dive bar restaurant and we played some Keno. I won $18, and then I took that and I put some more in and I hit $450. Oh my goodness. And then I won another $20. So that was wonderful. Also, that little dive bar restaurant, there was this, the one woman working there behind the bar, she was waiting on everyone that was there. She was all over the place. She was phenomenal. She was rough around the edges, personality for days. She was wonderful. But what I really liked is I kind of said, I'm going to be that annoying person. I have food allergies. And she actually created an off-menu meal for me. And it was absolutely delicious. I can't wait to go back there again. It was such a great experience. Tuesday, so I mentioned that our family had kind of a rough week. This is going to sound really off-brand, but my husband got a new car. He's wanted a Tesla for years and years and years, and we've had both of our cars paid off for a while. I did some consolidation of my student loans. We've made some financial moves that have put us in a really nice place. Right? But so we've been having conversations for a number of months now, and I finally got to a point where I said, you know what, if financially you're telling me we can do it, let's do it. If it's going to make you happy, great. So Tesla offered him more for his trade-in than any other place like Carvana or any other place. They dropped their price by $10,000. We're eligible for a pretty hefty federal and state tax refund for next year. And so we put all of that, and we have solar panels. When we bought our house, our roof needed to be replaced, but we had just put 20% down on a house. So we ended up putting solar panels on. And so we pay like $150 a month for electricity. And I'm hearing now that a lot of people's electric bills have gone through the roof. So I'm very grateful that we made that investment when we did. But so between not paying for gas and we're not really paying, we're paying for panels, not necessarily electricity, it makes sense for us to get an electric vehicle. Anyway, so he picked up his Tesla on Tuesday. That's really wonderful. I went over and watched The Bachelor with my neighbor ladies, and that was wonderful. And then Wednesday, so I was working with an electrician to try to help out my husband to get the charging piece all set up. And I thought that I used the right terminology, but I did not. So an electrician came on Wednesday and did some work, and it was the wrong work. So we still didn't have a way to charge the car. And we ended up paying a large sum of money that we didn't need to pay, and then found out we needed to pay a larger sum of money. And so the budget was completely blown, and it was really frustrating. And my neighbor, I was telling her about it, and she was like, come over, I'm pouring you a glass of wine right now. So it was really nice. Thursday, I spent my entire workday with a student. Oh, sorry, I say my entire workday. I spent most of my workday with a student, and the 20 minutes that I was not with that student, everything fell apart. And so I was able to get back into ratio with him and pull it all back together to end the day on a good note. So great. But I also have endometriosis. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but this week, and I say week because it was multiple days, was probably my worst symptom presentation of endometriosis that I maybe have ever had. It was awful. So that's another reason this week was not great. Friday, we did our taxes, and is the right phrase. So I've mentioned that I changed jobs. There's a lot more to that story. It was the right move, but I needed to pay back my employer a large sum of money that was accruing a large amount of interest for some higher education that they had paid for me. And I broke the contract when I left. It was the right thing to do, but I looked into how to pay back that money, and ultimately we pulled from my retirement. And so there's tax penalties, and that counts as income. And so that put us into a different tax bracket. So what we had planned for a tax penalty come tax time, it was almost double. So yesterday evening was a really rough evening. Thankfully, my husband was very supportive, and kind of talked me off a ledge. And then today I spent a good chunk of time going through our finances and looking at our bank account and going transaction by transaction and seeing kind of where our money is being allocated, just to make sure that we're not frivolously spending, because now we need to make up all, thousands of dollars, plus thousands of dollars for the electrical work. This week was about a $10,000 week. That was unexpected. Yeah, I'm just letting that sink in. And as well, my husband is shifting roles this summer. So he will not be, there's going to be a couple of months that he's not going to be bringing in income. So we need to start planning for that. So a budget review was very much needed today. So that's my Hobonichi cousin. Now getting into planning. So I'm going to pull out, let me just put some things. Ooh, making a mess over here. I added some stickers. I had a fun week with stickers. Actually, I want to add another. No, I don't think I do. Sorry, I'm just making all kinds of noise. All right, looking at my week. Let's see what we've got to add. I have the wedding tasting Monday. I forgot about that. 8 o'clock. Reconvene. 9 o'clock student services, 11 o'clock tour, 12 o'clock reconvene. There's also a 12:10 observation. Someone else is going to take that, but I do just want it on my calendar so I know what's happening. 8 o'clock is referral review, 9 o'clock is a tour. Oh, 10:45. Sorry, I just got distracted. This is a midpoint. And 12 o'clock CIA. 6:40. Why does that say 6:45? That is a 6:30 consult. And I did it here too. But I did it right there. That's so funny. 8:30 midpoint. 12 o'clock curriculum brainstorming. Great. That's the 6:45 staff meeting. Oh, I need to check. I don't know that we have this 4 o'clock meeting. And it looks like 9:30. Extended eval meeting. 2:30 program planning. Yes. All right, professional development. This is going to be 8 o'clock. I am running a safety care research. And then that's also St. Patrick's Day. And then Saturday we have a passport appointment at the post office, and my husband and his friend are going to a concert. And Sunday I don't have any plans. Oh, but this is my father-in-law's birthday. All right, so that is all up to date. Here is my tracker. And you can see I didn't really do my vitamins this week. It was not a good choice on my part. And I used the Ferrisville Press Spruce County Post for this week. I'm thinking this next week I might go back to the Twisby with Diamine Garland for that week, and then maybe do Robert Oster River of Fire the week after that. I don't know, we'll see. And then getting into my weekly that is the wrong one. All right, so we did Sunday menu, Sunday shopping list. I did that today. I did that on, I think it was Tuesday. Still have, you know what? I think I'm going to be able to do that today. Return Scott's mouse. Okay. All right, so I did a couple of things. Here is what Monday looked like. And I primarily used Diamond Garland up here and the Laban Rosa with Birmingham Pen Company in the body. And I was very productive this week, surprisingly. My habit tracker would disagree, but I actually ended up having almost full pages each day this week. Friday, I had to laugh at myself because I ended up just writing just so that I could write with my new pen. I was finding excuses to do that. All right, and then here is Saturday, and I watched the Leanne Likes and Simona video with the 8 pen questions, so I'm thinking about participating in that. And so I'll have Saturday, Sunday, and let's get this set up for next week. And I am loving my new sailor, so that is what I'm going to use. Zoom in just a little bit. So I'll put my tasks. And my days of the week. That's great. So Monday the 13th. So does anyone have any fun plans for St. Patrick's Day? I have maybe 2 plans. I say maybe because I'm still trying to figure that out. So one thing that I'm fairly confident that I'm going to do is after my training on Friday, I think I'm going to go down the street to a local restaurant that there's going to be a live band playing. And I'm thinking I'm going to have a glass of green Prosecco. Used to be green beer back in the day, can't have that anymore. And I'd like to invite my staff to come with me and just do a little end of the week celebration that we made it through a professional development day. And then the plan that I'm considering is we used to get together with another family and do a traditional Irish dinner. And they have invited us to come over this year. So I just need to ask my husband if he would like to do that. But it's nice because we get the kids together, my one, her two. And she does make a really nice traditional Irish supper. The student on Tuesday that I had the midpoint meeting for, I have to laugh because I went to observe a student this past week, a different student that is from the same sending district. And they mentioned to me, oh, a couple of Fridays ago, the student came to visit us because you guys were off. And in my mind, I thought, no, we weren't. And so I made sure to double check to confirm that we haven't had any Fridays off. And so later on during that observation, I said, yeah, just FYI, that student came to visit. we didn't have a day off. We've been having some issues with attendance. And then yesterday I was talking with that student and said, hey, I was at your school earlier this week. And they told me that you came to visit on a Friday because we didn't have school. And the student said, yeah, we didn't. I said, that's not accurate. We did have school. And she goes, oh, well, I just didn't come. And I said, that's more accurate. There you go. Uh, 9:30. Extended eval. So we've been talking with that student about, you want to return to your sending district, but we need you to attend for 30 days so that we can do our testing. So each of these days that you're absent, it actually elongates the amount of time that you're with us. So we've got a plan in place for that student to hopefully attend all next week. I apologize if you can hear my belly. So Saturday the 18th, we have our 9 o'clock passport. And that's actually, I'm very excited about that appointment. My passport expired during the pandemic. And of course, we weren't traveling anywhere. But we booked a family cruise out of the country for summer of 2024. So all three of us are getting a passport. It'll be my son's first passport. And turns out, fun fact, both parents need to be present for a child's passport. So my husband had made an appointment a couple weeks ago and brought him and couldn't progress because I wasn't present for that. So that's why we all have this appointment now. So in one fell swoop, we'll do our pictures, put in our application, and get the ball rolling on that. Anywho, so here is my weekly plan. Thank you for joining me. If you stuck around to the end, I appreciate that. I hope it was helpful. Please take a moment to leave me a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.